Hello Virgo, thank you for joining me for your mid-month reading for April 2020. My name is Ahorangi Starchild and this is a general reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising. If you don't know what your moon sign or your rising sign is, below this video is a link. Click on it. It will take you to a website where it will generate a natal chart for you, where you can tune into this channel. It'll give you the information to see what other playlists so you could potentially watch if you don't resonate with this reading, because it is still a general reading. Okay, everything you need to know about me is in the drop box below, and if you're a first time viewer, please click like, share my video, subscribe and hit the bell below this video to get notifications of further publications. Right, let's jump in. What's happening with Virgo? We have Neptune in your 7th house. There's a house opposite from your sun, okay? And Neptune in the 7th house, it dissolves a relationship. So I feel like for some of you, there is a constant coming and going of people in your life. And I feel there's a strong spiritual connection to the people who do make an appearance. What I kind of feel intuitively for you is that the people who does cross paths with you have some sort of information that they bring to you and your life perspectives that helps you to obtain more spiritual information and a deeper connection with spirit. Okay, they'll point you in different directions where to go, and whether this is events or websites or people to talk to or talk groups, social groups. I do feel like it has there's some sort of like spiritual or deeper meaning, philosophy kind of flavor to the people that you get to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so we also have the Sun in Aries, which is a focus on your long-term contracts, long-term stability. You might be looking at taxes and year-end and all of that and lockdown, yada, yada, whatever with the lockdown situation. But at some point, life will have to carry on in some way, shape, or form, and you are looking at this long-term. Okay? What else? What else? What else? Very important, we do have Venus that is going to stay 3 months in Gemini. She's going to go retrograde in Gemini. She's in Gemini already, and she's going to stay there till July. So this is going to is it going to square? It's going to square your sun. So I feel like there's a sense of indulgence, maybe, and self-indulgent energy, maybe. It's going to make you want to have a lighter approach to life, a better sense of humor, a sense of curiosity, all things that is fun, okay, because your co-ruler is Mercury and Venus is a part of that. So we have the 7 of Cups. Let me just get the cards out. I do feel like there's some sort of illusion, maybe patterns of self-sabotage and deception, either through other people or through your own actions and decisions that you made. You're also going through a very spiritual phase where I feel like you might have a lot of vivid dreams. You might even astral travel. You might take to flights of fancy and having a very creative imagination. So during this time, I suggest you make time to pursue creative, creative pursuits, okay? Spend time to jot down your ideas If you don't have a dream journal, try and get a dream journal going. Even if you just record it on your phone in the morning when you wake up, you don't have to make a big thing of it. But I do feel there's information coming to you during your dream time. If you have been dealing with situations of self-sabotage, where you make decisions or you have taken action when things were unclear, and now you are kind of reaping the rewards for taking action too quickly, I do feel you are finishing off with that period. It's like you would rather be waiting things out and see what happens from here on out. You've been coming through quite a bit of a difficult time, I feel, recently, Virgo, through maybe having to deal with conflict, disagreements, even backstabbing, and people talking of you behind your back, and you're not even quite sure how this came about, that they even have these things to say. But this is besides the point. The fact is that you are done with it. You are fully moving on. You getting to the place where you really couldn't care about what people say and do anymore. I also feel at times you might feel a little bit overwhelmed by your current situation. We're going to dig into that. You do have a practical male. There's quite a few people around to assist you. You have a father figure, a matriarch, who is like keeping his eye on you. He is very stable. Is not someone who's a man of many words, but if you had to approach someone to assist, he's always there to help you. Whether this is a family member, a father, a grandpa, but I feel like this is a very strong masculine person. He could be a business owner of some kind, but he has very strong leadership skills. We have Aries, Scorpio, and Capricorn energy for this emperor, and then we have the King of Pentacles showing up, which is someone, and this is your element, by the way, Virgo. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy coming in. So I feel like there is this definite goal to build your own empire and to create stability in your private life specifically. There's a lot of ideas that you have. I feel like whatever you start at this point in time will be really good forward movement for you. You have a lot of manifesting potential. There's a lot of ideas. You are multi-skilled, multifaceted personality who's very versatile, and you are, I feel like for some of you, you're consciously trying to manifest something. You're using crystals or I don't know, some sort of a method. It's a method that you're using, whether this is through meditation or connecting to the universe. But I feel like for some of you, consciously trying to manifest something. So we have the Page of Swords here, which is a sense of curiosity, but also maybe you or someone else checking you out on social media, or maybe you are checking someone out on their social media. And then we have the King of Wands. There's a lot of fire here with that Emperor and the King of Wands. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. Sorry, I was running the words together. So why is this Seven of Cups here? Seven of Cups is about illusions, dreams, sometimes feeling overwhelmed by choices, not sure what to do, don't have a clear vision, like maybe feeling a bit confused and overwhelmed in some way, shape or form. But let's have a look. So we have the moon that flipped over. So that's definitely that energy of I can't see clearly where I'm supposed to be going, what I'm supposed to be doing. This about trusting your intuition. I feel like there is also some fears, maybe some mental stresses, anxieties that you have to deal with at this point in time. There might be a lot of options that's being presented to you, options in your life. Maybe you feel like you want a clean slate and you just don't know which direction to go, and that's stressing you out. That there's a lot of possibilities and different directions you can go into. and none of those possibilities are clear, so that can be very frustrating. So I pick up a sense of frustration. We have the Chariot moving forward, so we have the moon here, and then we have the Chariot, which is also ruled by the moon. I do feel like it's, for you, if you're willing to wait things out and trust your intuition and take the information as it comes to you, by July you'll be able to move forward very fast. I feel like you're looking at long distance travel, traveling overseas. Um, Also, maybe a job offer coming to you, or a job opportunity, a career opportunity offered to you, but you might have to travel to get to this. You might have to do a bit of traveling for this career opportunity. But there's a brand new start waiting for you, and I feel this is around about July, especially if you've been feeling like you've been hanging in limbo and just not sure what to do. So why is the Ten of Swords here? Ten of Swords is someone who's truly over it. Just couldn't work up a nerve even if you paid me to. We have the Sun and we have the Empress. So I feel with you, when we're sitting with a conundrum, I know that with Virgos are very mercurial, okay? And so sometimes a tendency to overthink and get lost in the details of something. But once you realize that you have reached your saturation point for overthinking on something, then once you've reached that saturation point, so, well, I just can't think about this anymore. I don't want to problem solve this anymore. I don't want to. I feel like I'm really ready to move on from a situation, and that is what's happening here. We have the Sun coming up after the. It's like you literally go from night to day in basically a day, a very short time. So I feel like there's a breakthrough in abundance for you. There is a beautiful mother figure around you who is she's warm, she's charismatic, she's very giving, she's nourishing, she's mature. She has a mature approach to life. She knows how to carry responsibility, and she has quite a bit of life experience, okay? Empress don't get to sit on that throne just because. So that is Taurus, Moon, Venus, and Cancer ruled. So there might be someone around you who could potentially be pregnant, okay? So I'm just going to let that sit with you, because the Empress and the Sun together for me is there might be a little bambino on the way. And it might be quite unexpected, especially with this Ten of Swords. Maybe some of you were trying for a baby and it didn't happen. All of a sudden it happens. I feel like, you see how these cards, you've got the Ten of Swords, the 7, and then the Moon, and then all of a sudden it goes to Chariot and the Ace of Wands, and all of a sudden from the 10 it goes to the Sun and the Empress. So I definitely feel like there's a huge shift in energy for you, from not seeing, not knowing, being over a lot of things, and all of a sudden it's like the energy just shifts and it's taking you in a very positive direction. Very positive, optimistic, okay, warmth, fun in the sun, going out, enjoying company of good people, moving forward in your life, traveling, new job opportunity, success, forward movement, and things happening quite fast. So with the King of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords. So we have, there's a focus on people with you, and also negotiation. So tell me about this Queen and King. Okay, so we have the High Priestess and we have the Nine of Wands. I feel for Virgo at this point in time, it is a lot about trusting your intuition. You do have Neptune and Pisces, and Neptune and Pisces is at home. It's domicile. That's the natural home for Neptune. So I feel like, because it's opposite your Sun, that you can truly trust your intuition on things, okay? The High Priestess is a Pisces energy, and then we have the Queen of Swords. You might deal with a mature lady who's divorced, okay? She has counseling abilities. She might even read the tarot. She's an intuitive. She's a healer. She could be a medical doctor, like a feminine doctor. And then we have the Nine of Wands. So I feel like someone has their defenses up as well. You might be dealing with a woman who doesn't say a lot, and there's defenses up. This could be even you having your defenses up against another a person who speaks very frankly, okay? And then we have the King of Pentacles. I feel like you are intuitively, you guarding your private life. You very, how do I say it? Selective who you let into your home and your private area at this point in time. I feel like at home you spend a lot of time in your garden. There's some communication going on, but also some sort of spiritual practice. Maybe you've taken to meditating, study astrology, studying some esoteric science of some kind, and you're guarding your private life. You're very selective about who you let in. There are people around you that's very supportive of you, but there's also people that you would rather keep out, okay? Consciously deciding to do so. So we have the Magician here. Why is the Magician here? We have the Six of Pentacles and we have Strength. So I said you're trying to manifest something, and I feel like this could be, especially with a High Priestess here, maybe you are working on your natural gifts and talents to be a natural healer, an energetic healer. I also feel like on a personal level, you are working on returning balance to your life, especially with the Six of Pentacles. You are manifesting something in the way of your financial situation that you can be sure that you get the return of what you invest. You're looking for what you give and how you invest yourself to to get paid for your time. That's what I also see. I also feel like you might be a natural, there's a focus on alternative healing, but there's also a focus on healing your financial situation, because I feel like there might have been a period, because the Six of Pentacles come after the Five of Pentacles, so I feel like you might have gone through a stage where money was few and hard to come by, and you were struggling a little bit financially, but now you are consciously focusing on manifesting a better financial situation for yourself. I feel like the Emperor coming in here is someone who might assist you in this way, and I also feel like you are, when you keep yourself busy with your own pursuits, that it brings healing to your confidence, it brings healing to your heart. And look what we have at the bottom of the deck. It's the Ace of Cups. Now, when I did the reading for Leo before, we also had the Ace of Cups as the shadow card. So I'll just put it out there. I feel like for some of you, there's a leveling up on your spiritual journey, especially with Strength here. You've learned to calm your fears. You've learned to self-heal, self-soothe. Okay, and your confidence is getting a bit of a boost because you are starting to believe in your own abilities to manifest. Okay, and this is a gift from the hand of God. Ace of Cups is beautiful. There's a potential start for a new relationship, but I also feel like this has to do with self-care, self-acceptance, self-love, spiritual practice, connecting to God, connecting to spiritual realms or whoever you believe in. This could also have to do with your light work, practicing as a healer, but I feel like there's a focus on your emotional well-being as well. Now tell me, why is the Emperor here? Why is the Emperor here? The Emperor is keeping an eye on you, I feel, but I also feel this could be a little bit of you setting down healthy boundaries. Very careful who you allow into your space and in your inner world. Very careful who you share yourself with. Okay, so we have the Hangman, Pisces, Hangman, the Hangman and the Emperor. Let me have a look. One more card. Why? Tell me more about the Hangman and the Emperor, please. Tell me more about the Hangman and the Emperor. I feel you're dealing with a mature masculine person who's made a lot of sacrifices and kept quiet to keep the peace. I also feel like you're dealing with an individual who has the potential to be very controlling. Okay, so for some of you Virgos, okay, you are dealing with a person who has heavy control issues when it comes to family. Okay, they might have a spiritual side to them, but I also feel like they are very conservative. We have the Ten of Pentacles, where family plays a big part in this person's life. They're also people who, once they go into committed relationships, they stick with it. This is a person that there's no room to negotiate with this person, okay? He rules his kingdom with an iron fist, okay? And this is potentially toxic. And I feel like this person that you're dealing with is someone who is, they're so stuck in their ways that just about everything in their life is long term. Okay, this is also someone who's hanging in limbo. There's not a lot of forward movement in their life. They've been hanging in limbo, doing the same thing over and over, very much stuck in the mundane. And I feel like you're dealing with a mature masculine person who doesn't. They seem incapable of breaking out of the mundane. That's how I want to say. It's like they're just stuck. They're very stuck individual, very narrow-minded, can be judgmental, controlling, little bit narcissistic. You know, the devil and the emperor, I feel like this is not, could potentially be a narcissistic individual. We have Capricorn energy, we have Pisces, and we have Aries, Capricorn, and Aries once again. Scorpio. Could be a father figure because it's connected to family. But it could also be an authority figure at work who has this very kind of like godfather type approach. So tell me, why is the Page of Swords here? Page of Swords is a sense of curiosity. It's an eye style with my little eye card. I feel like you might have your eye on a fire sign if you're in the mood for love. And you have the Two of Cups. Yeah, I think you're scoping out a potential person on social media, or maybe they're scoping you out. You feel like this is a soulmate connection. Two of Cups. And I see how this little page is looking over to this King of Wands. So this person has a lot of fire. They have a lot of passion. And especially with this Ace of Cups and Two of Cups, definitely a relationship there for you. If you are looking for it, you might be even starting to message to and fro on social media, having a talk, okay? If you are already in a committed relationship, I feel like there is talk and messages about taking your connection to the next level, wanting to make it permanent. Maybe there's some sacrifices that needs to be made from a father figure, or a sacrifice to a father figure who's very controlling in order to make this long-term committed partnership happen. Okay, it's like you have to kind of people please some family member or authority figure to be able to get the long-term okay for this, you know, to be a part of the family. That's one scenario. So why is the King of Wands here? Why is the King of Wands here? We have the Four of Pentacles, so this is someone with healthy boundaries. They are holding back a bit. Okay, tell me more. Tell me it's a soulmate connection. So you might have your eye on a fire sign, okay? And he's kind of holding back, but he knows that there's a beautiful soulmate connection, especially with this Two of Cups. It is like either this could be someone who is holding on to you, who can't let you go, or this is someone that you are holding on to that you can't let go. But this is looking to invest yourself with each other long term, being very stable, wanting, even though there's this feeling of holding back in this energy, I do feel with the King of Wands, once he makes up his mind to pursue this connection, that there won't be anything holding you back. This is a beautiful, beautiful soulmate connection. It could be a friendship. Doesn't have to be a romantic connection, even though there's a possibility. This could also be someone with whom you have a spiritual connection, because we do have the Ace of Cups. Someone who's sharing your spiritual life path. And there's this communication going on, but at the moment holding back. Maybe it's because of lockdown. I feel like this Four of Pentacles is very much the energy of the lockdown energy, where you're being limited to how you can invest your energy, whether that is imposed upon you or whether you are self-imposing. But it's to take things slow, to slow things down, and to be very practical about it. So I loved reading for you, Virgo. This was a long reading. Thank you for watching. Please give me feedback. I loved reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love.